Dakdakan na! With Iyu and Mora. Like that. So, nandito na naman tayo guys. Welcome to the Dakdakan podcast. So, we're here to at least give an overview of what's happened the past few days with FIBA, with Gilas specifically, and then overall, just the FIBA World Cup tournament here in the Philippines. So, I'm here again with EU. Actually, kami ni EU, nagkita kami sa Araneta nung last game ng Gilas. What a treat, guys. What a treat. We didn't expect that blowout win, but then we'll take it. What a way to end the FIBA qualifying tournament for Gilas. Diba,
And
EU?
yun nga, sobrang enjoy ng game na yun. And with that in mind, and the second round just finished yesterday, we'll be giving our takeaways or our top takeaways from the games and what we'll expect from the quarters, semis, and the finals, which will end in a week's time. So, yeah. So, start off with my first takeaway, and this might be, oh, this might be a popular it's still a popular opinion, but to me, for me, USA is still the favorite. uh, why is that the case even if they just lost to Lithuania? For me, they ended up on the better side of the bracket. They ended up with a matchup against they'll be facing Italy in the quarterfinals, and if they beat Italy, they'll be facing the winner of Germany Latvia. Germany is missing Franz Wagner, who will be, well, he's a game time decision for each of the games. For Latvia, Porzingis isn't playing, but then again, Latvia surprised all of us by beating Spain and by handily beating Brazil to get to the quarterfinals to get here. But for me, USA is still the favorite because the talent is still there, and I think they'll be able to fix their rebounding issues. And what better way to fix the rebounding issues than to go up against an Italy team that isn't really known for their rebounding or for their rim protection? So I expect them to handily beat Italy. They'll have a harder time against either Germany or Latvia, but then again, I see them making the finals. And from then on, that's a whole different conversation. But if they face Lithuania again, I'm thinking they'll have a better chance because it's it's quite surreal to have a team shoot and make their first nine threes. And although it still may happen again, but I don't see it happening again. Even if Lithuania has so far been the best 3-point shooting team in all of the tournament. So for me, even with the loss, USA is still the favorite to win it all.
Mm. Ako, for me, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with your take. Pero my first take is actually quite contradicting with your first take as well. Kasi for me, though USA seems so superior right now, my first take away from the FIBA qualifying tournament is basically hero ball has been replaced by team basketball. So makita natin na despite contrast in terms of talent, um, the teams that are generally considered to be inferior to some others uh, can be up to par with certain teams if their chemistry is actually a factor. So makita natin to with the likes of sila Italy, sila likes of the of European teams actually. So Italy, Spain, makita natin the ball movement is a big factor in terms of them winning games. So ball movement, kaya pinakita yung Spurs basketball is really finding the open man, the best shot that is available. So sometimes it does beat talent. It was proven by well, actually, it wasn't proven by this certain game, but I watched how close Spain and Canada was. So actually, the whole game I thought Canada was gonna lose, but it just happened that um, Canada had the go-to guy down the stretch in a close game. Pero if hindi sila nakahabol, the ball movement of Spain was really, really great actually.
Oh, I guess.
Mm.
Guess talagang importante na everyone gets a touch, everyone is involved,
Yeah.
which is what we saw in the Gilas' last game to an extent.
Yeah.
Although Clarkson had 34, Abando had 12, Kai Soto had 12, and other players stepped up.
Na
So,
parang Dwight had 11 or 10.
and that led to the win. And speaking of team basketball, yun, for my second take, which is kind of related to my first take, is to watch out for Serbia. Well, they lost
Akala ko
to,
September na kasi bro. Watch out for Santa Claus na eh or something or Jose Marichan.
as in watch out for Serbia. They're quite underrated right now because they
Mm.
lost the game to Italy. But yesterday they dominated Dominican Republic, and Bogdan Bogdanovic had a bounce back game, went 7 for 7, and not only that, uh, they played really good team basketball. A lot of other players got involved, including Vanya Marinkovic, who scored in double figures as well. He started off hot. Uh, Other players who stepped up included a former Spur draft pick, Nikola Milutinov, and their point guard, Stefan Jovic. And I see them as a team that can beat Lithuania, even with the form of Lithuania, given that they're finding their best form, especially after their beatdown against Dominican Republic. I see them beating Lithuania, and I'm betting on them to make it all the way to the final, even with the loss to Italy. So yun, watch out for Serbia.
Ako my key takeaway, my next key takeaway would be si Iyu kaya niya i-pronounce lahat ng apelyido sa Serbia. Na hindi ko alam paano niya nagawa yun, man.
Y-
Anyway,
Yan talaga
ha?
pag marami ng Serbian dati sa Kings. Di- yeah.
Di ba, hintayin natin magka-Serbian sa Alaska Aces. Ay, wala na pala Alaska. Sa Gene Kings.
Ayan.
Sa
Ah,
Templados, di ba? Oh.
sige. Ano
Tapos,
yung next take
mm,
mo para
my
sa
my
ano?
my next takeaway is actually still related to the first one, but then again it emphasizes the key role of a new emerging kind of player, which are shooters. So makikita natin how crucial the 3-point line is to today's game. Na parang the reason why Gilas actually struggled the first three games was we can't hit 3-point shots. Basically, we can't hit 3-point shots. The same way na we dominated China because we got hot on three. Um, so basically, we can see na with all the ball rotation that has been happening in the recent or in the modern game, um, it prepares an open look for these corner shooters, these long range bombers. So it I can't emphasize enough how important three pointer is in today's game kasi it's uh it's something that we kind of got used to already pero hindi natin nakikita how crucial it is kung hindi ka makahit ng three pointers while your competitor is making their open 3-point shots. So at least that's my second key takeaway.
And you could see that in the games ng Gilas wherein Jordan Clarkson struggled. No, he didn't shoot
Yeah.
well from three, and even if he was finding his teammates, they couldn't make the open three that would have punished the defense for playing zone or whatever. And to see the teams that are left competing, you could mention that they have at least three or two marquee shooters who could just light it up from deep at any time. And ito rin siguro yung dahilan kung bakit nga Japan won the automatic slot for Asia.
Yeah.
Even if they were so small, they were so accurate from three, which led to multiple comebacks. And kaya sila yung nasa Olympics. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think that would be one of our wish list for future
Hmm.
Gilas teams for to have that certain kind of shooter na pag tumira ng tres, God bless, di ba? So,
Pag
I think
tumira ng
yun.
stress, no stress. Ganun. And speaking of Gilas, my third key takeaway is they'll falter in the Asian Games. And yun,
Mr. Hot Take right
don't, don't
here.
don't
Okay.
expect don't expect much from Gilas in the Asian Games. Uh, yes, we did beat China. Yes, we finished with an Olympic qualifying slot, but it may be difficult to accept. But Chot's resignation will be a big factor for the Asian Games because whether you like him or not having a coach as of now for a tournament that will start in 3 week in
A little over 3 weeks,
in
yes.
in 20, in 19 days time,
Mm.
it's crucial. And I saw an interview earlier with SVP head Alpan Lilion. He was asked about this resignation, about the team that will be sent to the Asian Games, and his response was to deflect and say that they're focused on finishing the World Cup first as hosts. So yun yung priority nila ngayon. I'm not saying na wala sila ginagawa, pero yun ang sabi na their priority is to finish hosting of the games. I can't fault them for that.
Mm.
But that's kind of worrying. And another worrying factor is Dwight Ramos has said that he won't play.
Mm.
And I understand because the B League season will start on October 5, which means that probably Kai Soto, AJ Edu, especially those
Kiefer.
guys, Kiefer Ravena, because,
Yeah. Sino
well,
pa ba?
all the more Kai and
Mm.
all the more AJ, because he's starting with a new team, like they'd want to get a head start and start training with the team. Actually, si
Mm.
Ray Parks, nandun na, nagtitrain na. Si 30, nandun na, nagtitrain na.
Mm.
So, yun, less manpower. And actually, si Abando, he wants to play in the Asian Games, but it's still up to his team. Although the Korean League starts later in October, ang sabi niya parang masyadong napahaba na raw yung bakasyon niya and baka hindi na siya payagan na mag-extend to represent the Philippines. So with that in mind, I'm not that confident with the chances of Gilas, even if they have Brownlee to replace Clarkson and some of the PBA players, or the PBA has already expressed intent to lend players for the games. But then again, no coach, another set of players, they'll have less preparation time.
Yeah.
So we don't know how to expect, or we
Yeah.
don't know what to
I mean,
expect.
basically, since there is no coach, there's no set system in place.
Mm.
So, hindi mo pa alam ano yung run niya. Hindi mo pa alam ano yung best fit na kind of players that would mesh well with the system that he will try to implement. And yun yung problem mo. Limited pa yung choices mo because people are going to Japan for the B League. So,
And
hindi lang yung mga players natin currently pero even those that people wanted to be considered sa pool, papunta na rin doon ngayon. Sila RJ Abarrientos, sila Robert Bolick, Matthew Wright, and the likes. Yeah.
and to add to that, although Gilas is drawn with a very easy group. Actually, madali yung group ng Gilas. Uh, they're drawn with Jordan, Thailand, and Bahrain. So those are very beatable teams. Ang pinakamahirap na siguro dyan yung Jordan.
Jordan.
If
Kasi ando si Kobe.
RH, oh, if RHJ decides to play. But Even if they sweep the games or they finish second,
Mm.
if the format is the same as the format in 2018, since Gilas is in Group C, they'll be facing the first or the second placer in Group B. And in that group, nandun yung China and Lebanon. So
Okay.
either way, they'll face China and Lebanon or Lebanon. And I don't think they'll win that game,
Mm.
honestly. China, they'll be out for blood. They're in their home court. Even without Zuki and without Kyle Anderson or Go Ailun, the rest of the team is still there. And they'll be up for revenge kasi natalo
Yep.
sila dito sa home natin.
Yes.
Home naman nila. And Lebanon, I'm not yet sure with the roster, but they finished above us when it comes to the World Cup because they
Rankings.
ended up with 2 wins. So that's that's a tall task for a team that has less preparation and no coach as of now. So I'd say don't expect much. Siguro maganda yon na you don't expect much. So wala sila masyadong pressure, but yun, don't expect much from Gilas in the Asian
Yeah.
Games.
I would agree. I think medyo gutom for that win yung China if ever we do face them. Especially since nakita nila yung West Philippine Sea shirts ng mga nakaupo sa sidelines.
Huwag na natin pag-usapan yun. Baka, baka sugurin tayo. Ano.
Pero yeah, I mean, we had a great game last time we met. I'm sure they'll be raring to have that great game and try to finish the game as early as they can. I'm sure matutuwa sila kung tayo agad yung makaharap nila.
Babawi talaga yan.
Kesa Lebanon pa raw yung yung tumanggal sa atin.
And with that, I guess you could go to your last takeaway,
Yeah.
Mora.
Well, my last takeaway, nung Flash ni said, mali pa nga basa ko, wala goodbye Coach Charot. Okay, so um, so my last takeaway is really just goodbye, Coach Chot. We have always wanted a new kind of Gilas leadership, a new kind of system to be implemented within our national team. Something that would be more up to par with the current standards or what has been run by other countries. Pero sometimes we forget that baka kaya rin mataas yung expectations natin kasi it was the Gilas team from 2014 led by well, the best point guard in Asia, Jimmy Alapag din nandun. I mean, best point guard in Asia, Jason Castro. The leadership of Jimmy Alapag was there. Pero in the sidelines, it was Coach Chot. So he gave us that magical run. And baka kaya rin tayo umaasa ng ay kaya rin tayo nagkaroon ng high expectations because of that. So we wanted to improve on from that, pero the game has changed eh. Naniniwala ako na we need a new coach, we need a new perspective, we need a new system, pero sometimes the hate is actually uncalled for. So this is also just an appreciation. Kahit na alam ko na this is the right direction for Gilas, let's not forget to appreciate also what Coach Chot has brought to the table. Yun lang. Ikaw, Iyu, meron kang any points on this takeaway?
Well, it was the right decision for him to step down,
Mm. Yeah.
given the amount of hate, the amount of vitriol, and win or lose against China, him staying on would be unfair for him.
Yes.
Because if he stays, he'll be lambasted even more. And even if staying would give Gilas some sort of direction for the Asian Games, uh, it's been too toxic for him. And
Mm.
yun, yun lang. It was the right decision to walk away. And sana tanggapin na ng SBP yung resignation niya.
May chance pa ba na hindi? Ikaw lang.
Well, siguro sabihin nila, Asian Games, sige na. Huwag na muna.
Si
Ano,
si Coach Tab nga tinanggap nila agad eh.
ayun, ewan ko. Hopefully they accept. Or baka naman accepted na, di lang natin alam. O
Yeah.
hindi lang tayo updated. But, ayun. Respect
Baka
players for
naiyak na
still
nila yung mga kailangan nilang iyak. Pero,
Oo, yan.
hmm.
Ganun eh.
Yeah. I I guess those are our top three takeaways. Siguro pwede natin pag-usapan quickly the experience in terms of the game from last Saturday and then what we're looking forward. We're also watching a game this week.
Ano bang masasabi ko sa game nung Sabado? Nakakatawa na dumating na yung second quarter, yung FEU cheering squad
Oh,
na nalilito.
pare.
Na-feel ko na traffic din sila kasi sobrang lakas din
Hmm.
ng ulan noon, no, ano. Pero,
Nagulat na lang kami mga tumatalon na sa kabilang side eh.
nung una nagtataka kami, ano yung, sinong squad na to? Tapos nung narinig na namin yung
Ah,
cadence, FEU to.
ah.
Parang yung
Kasi
usual
let's
na,
go Tamaraws, let's go. Naging let's go Gilas, let's go
oh,
eh.
let's go Gilas, let's go. Pati yung hand movements talagang pang FEU. So,
Ah,
shout out, kudos to FEU for bringing the drums and bringing a better atmosphere to the games. Kasi
yeah.
actually, yun din. Dahil doon na-miss ko yung UAAP. So,
And I would
abangan
agree
nyo.
kasi nag-story nga si Nico Rocha, shout out Nico.
Uh,
Sabi niya that was definitely the X factor of the game. One of the X factors of the game. Having a band there and then people to lead the chants, the cheers. That was definitely something to keep the crowd going. And then just to commemorate the FEU Tamaraws, here is a picture of a Tamaraw.
natakot nga ako nung pagdating nila. Akala ko, Ateneo. Tapos
Mm.
natakot ako, kung Ateneo yan, tapos imbis na defense yung cadence sila, get that ball, walang makikicheer, walang may alam. Buti na lang FEU talaga yung pumunta.
Totoo
So,
naman.
nag-defense na talaga.
Ah.
Or, bagay din yung let's
Mm.
go Gilas, let's go. So,
Hindi, pag Ateneo, imbis na get that ball, Scarborough Shoal. Sorry.
la. Siya. So, with that, we look forward to
Yeah.
watching one of the games. We won't be watching the games tomorrow, but we got tickets for the game Canada versus Slovenia.
Mm.
So, actually, nabangan namin yun. Actually, I bought a few days before, was thinking na, nung nalaman kong papasok na si Germany at Slovenia, for sure they'll put Luka in the premier game,
Yeah.
the 840. So, yun. Buti nakakuha na kasi ang bilis maubos. Like, naging official lang na Slovenia-Canada
Kagabi.
kaninong 12 midnight, mga ganun.
Yeah.
Doon lang naging official. And pagising ko, wala na lahat ng Gen Ad. So,
Wild.
ayun. Sa mga
Mm.
naghahanap ng ticket, good luck.
Mm.
Uh,
Hindi
yun.
po kami nagbebenta, manonood kami.
So, yun.
Si
Nanonood
Shed will
kami.
be joining us as well. And then, yeah, we'll update you kung ano yung mangyayari. I mean, we're just excited. I'm a big fan of SGA. Si Shed, big fan ni Dylan Brooks. Tama ba, Shed? Hindi ka makaka-disagree. Wala ka dito eh.
Uh, Sige, yun
Mm.
lang. Yun ang masasabi
Yeah.
namin for now.
And I'm sure
Yes.
pogi si Luka.
So thank you again, guys, for taking time to listen to what we have to say. And we look forward to seeing our next podcast. Maybe it'll be about what we think of the final round of the World Cup. And if there are any developments for the Asian Games team, we'll talk about that as well. And if kung wala na talaga kami mapag-usapan, who knows, UAAP naman. So, ayun. Till
Yup.
next time.
For sure. Hindi namin pa lulusutin yung UAAP. Yes, sir. Salamat, guys, for staying with us throughout the show. Till next time, here's Dylan Brooks to say bye-bye. Peace out.